We were getting the other day. That's almost a tournament a year.
That's right.
And here is her road to the semifinals.
Well, it's pretty easy except for the quarters. You look down there, and she said she didn't play well against Sabatini in that first set. But look at the next two sets, 6-1, 6-1. She said, I got used to the courts, Billy.
Hard to think of Pam Shriver as a veteran player, and yet that's exactly what she is, even though she's only 24 years old. Remember, she almost won the U.S. Open at, was it 16 years of age?
That's right, she was 16.
And she has won 12 tournaments, but she comes in here with more confidence than she's had in a long time. And here is her road to the semifinals, and you can see that she beat Sukova and Hanukkah 10-8 in the third and deciding set. So she has had to really go through an awful lot of emotional problems just to get this far.
That's right, but after her match, just as she was standing near the umpire's chair, she put up two fingers to Don Candy and Hank Harris, who've been helping her, saying, just two more. And remember, her birthday is on Saturday, July 4th.
One other thing I think is a little bit worthwhile to note, too, and that is the fact that she has been undergoing some physical conditioning, so she's probably in better shape physically than she has been.
Absolutely, but remember, she's had to play doubles with Martina Navratilova as well.
Let's take a look at some of the numbers and how these two compare statistically, and the numbers really compare favorably. They're very comparable.
They're very close until you get down to that second return of points won, which is at the bottom line there, and that's a 20% difference. What's happening is if Graf gets a chance on the second serve, she's been absolutely lethal, especially when it's been 30-all, and she's been receiving. She's won 80% of those games.
All right, let's turn the page here and see what else we've got on the numbers side. We've got Steffi Graf. Backcourt points, well, logically, she's going to win a good percentage.
What that says is Shriver is more aggressive and goes to net all the time. Unforced errors is just amazing. Only 9% for Pam Shriver, 13% in points forcing. But basically, Graf is in the backcourt forcing, and Pam's up at net forcing.
Yeah, it pretty much tells you everything you need to know about the match. You're going to see Pam Shriver serve, come to the net. You're going to see Steffi Graf try to pass her with that big forehand. Do you have an idea, incidentally, before we get to the match, that Steffi Graf is going to see an awful lot of backhands?
She's going to see a lot of backhands, but remember, she's been working on that backhand the last year and a half, trying to come over it, so it's a much improved shot.
All right, let's get to the match. Should be a good one, I think. It's on center court, of course, and there for the BBC are John Barrett and Ann Jones.
They won 9 tournaments together last year, including here and the U.S. Open. So they are
Shriver to serve. First set.
Formidable doubles team. Well,
Play.
here, the second semi-final, Shriver to serve.
Net! First service. Love 15.
The umpire, Roger Smith from Buckinghamshire.
Love 30.
Graf, not Graf. So tell me if I do.
15-30.
Good judgment, that.
All.
Pam here, one of 3 Americans in the semi-finals today from the 45 Americans who started in the ladies' singles this year.
$30-40.
Oh, it was in. Well, a break at once.
First game.
Well, and that's a bit tragic, really, for Pam Shriver to lose her opening serve, because I think her service power today is going to be a crucial part of her possible success.
Yes, well, Pam's main problem is her lack of mobility, I think, John, and she therefore has to hit the ball hard and open up the court. Otherwise, the great ground strokes of her opponent are going to expose the lack of her mobility width-wise in the court. Pam needs to dominate the play, because once the youngster gets going and moves Pam around, Pam's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Time.
A lot will depend, I think, on Steffi's own service. She serves well.
Miss Graf to serve.
And she'll go on to great things, but any sign of weakness and Pam will be chipping and rushing to the net.
Love. Love.
Trying to get into the net behind her returns of serve, which is really her only chance, and Steffi's serve these days is going to make that task difficult.
Out! 30-15. $40-15. $40-30. Game, Miss Graf. Miss Graf leads 2-love, first set.
So already the formidable ground stroke power of Steffi Graf is evident. Love 2.
Love 15.
And she does know now on grass the benefit of that slice approach, which stays so low, and yet against the volleyer she's quite capable of hitting over the ball.
Love 30.
Well,
Love 40.
well, on this famous arena, one has seen so many great forehands in the past, including little Maureen Connolly, little Mo in the mid-50s, but I don't think any of them hit the ball as hard as this girl.
$15-40. 30-40. Game, Miss Graf. Miss Graf leads 3-love. First set.
Well, Billy, Steffi Graf lost the first set, of course, to Gabriela Sabatini in her quarterfinal match, and obviously she's playing like she doesn't want any repeat of that in this match.
It looks to me as if Pam Shriver may be a little sore. She's a little slow off the mark right now, and it's important that she really try to stay in this first set and win a few games and see if she can get her body warmed up.
They say you have to be aggressive to win on a grass court. You certainly were when you won all those titles here. Let's take a look at some numbers that, I don't know, are these revealing or do these really tell a story at all?
Oh, they do. Look at those percentage of points one forcing. Obviously, Martina is going to be at the top of the mark. She's the most aggressive player. Let's go down to Graf and Shriver. They're pretty even, but Graf is aggressive more from the backcourt. Shriver, of course, always at net, but the unforced errors is very revealing in that I'm sure Shriver's never been that low in her life.
Time.
One thing that we are seeing a lot of that we anticipated we might, and that is Pam Shriver playing to Steffi Graf's backhand, but we should also add she's not doing it very effectively.
I think Pam's just tired. I mean, she's had 10-8 in the third matches. She's had 2 doubles. She's tired.
But wouldn't just being here in the semifinals pump you up?
Sometimes you're just too flat.
Let's see if she can get it together now, and she's going to have to get it together in a big hurry. She is down 2 breaks. We'll take you back to the match on center court. John Barrett and Ann Jones.
Love. All. 30-15.
Immediately, instinctively knowing which type of backhand to hit, the flatter one there.
Forty 15.
Well, if she can hustle her way to the net and force Steffi to rush her shots, then she does stand a chance, but it's going to take some doing, I can tell you. Brilliant.
Game, Miss Graf.
And as John says, Steffi plays so beautifully because all her shots are instinctive. Here, she really gets so much bite onto that ball. It only bounces 2 inches, and even if Pam had been there, she wouldn't have had much time to make a swing at it. Love ball.
Oh, tragic.
Love 15.
She was in the right place, had to rush the shot, and at the moment she hasn't been given a chance to dig herself into the match. She's got to take it slowly. Steffi, meanwhile, trying to keep up the tempo.
All.
Well, at least you can smile at the problem she faces today. It's the pace of the ball, of course, off the ground, which is just making those apparently easy volleys so difficult. Well, she's earned a lot of friends over the years in her 10 visits. And I think one of the reasons why she and Martina have done so well, she's helped to relax Martina in those tense moments in the doubles.
But what chance does Pam have with a shot like that? Steffi's favourite shot from her backhand side, away to Pam's backhand volley. So calm, so composed is Steffi.
.30, 40.
Oh, it's in.
Game is Graf. Miss Graf leads 5 games to love. First set.
Well, I don't know, Billie Jean King, but the only analogy I could think of is probably to custard. Look at all those Indians.
Oh, I don't know. If I were Pam, I'd be a little discouraged right now. Graf is not missing a thing, and she's hitting her forehand as hard as I've ever seen her and not giving Pam a chance to even get in a rally.
Well, you almost have the idea that Steffi went to school on her first set yesterday with Gabriela Sabatini. She lost that set. Then she got it in gear. She came back 6-1, 6-1, and it's almost as though she talked to herself and said, I'm not going to let that happen today.
It looks that way, but it looks like to me that Pam is really tired. Of course, there's Steffi looking at the family we just saw.
She just looks like a confident player. She looks like she feels she can win this tournament.
She's so focused, Barry. Even when she practices, she doesn't see a thing. It's like she wears blinders.
So Steffi Graf has won the first 5 games of this first set, and she has done it in 15 minutes. 3 minutes per game. Mathematics was always my subject. Let's go back.
I'd love first set.
15 love. Love. Love.
Well, how appropriate. Playing almost perfect tennis. That first ace today from Steffi should bring her 3 set points.
First service. 40-15.
Well, a little hint of exasperation there. Whether she thought she'd served a fault that hadn't been called, because it was rather a free hit volley there. Still set point. Well, that's really the only thing you could criticize about her play so far in this set, that first double. Thank you.
Game and first set, Miss Graf. Miss Graf wins the first set by 6-love.
In just
Second set, Miss Shriver to serve.
in just 18 minutes. Not the fastest we've seen at Wimbledon this year, but one of the fastest. And apart from that tiny blemish, the double fault, a perfect 6 games. Second set.
Love.
Oh, he's wrong footings drive there. Beautifully constructed.
15-all.
Just holding back until the last second. She really will just have to hope that the storm is going to blow itself out and just hang on, hang in there somehow. Now here's Pam's best chance for the game, I think, coming in and hitting a cross-court volley perhaps. Wait for the cheer if she wins this game. Oh dear.
Use.
I was waiting for the lob before. Steffi plays this one to perfection. She's obviously been watching Chris Evert. Opens up the whole court for her.
Advantage, Miss Shriver.
Oh, dear. And you know, that little nod of the head reminds me so much of Maureen Connolly. The beautiful return. Not a bad half volley on the face of it, but watch this. My goodness me. Long as she is in the arm, Pam Shriver, and she stands 6 foot. No chance at all. The little nod of the head from Steffi Graf.
First service.
Well played.
Advantage, Miss Shriver.
Hooray! Well done.
Miss Shriver. First game, second set. First set, Miss Graf. New balls, please.
Well, Billy, it wasn't easy, but let's see if that doesn't boost the confidence of Pam Shriver. She won on her own serve. Now, somewhere along the line, she's going to have to turn Steffi Graf's game around.
Well, it's just amazing what this youngster can do. I cannot believe how poised she is. And let's take a look. Right down there at the winners column, second from the bottom, that is the story. Graf, 15 winners to Shriver's 2. And our CompuTennis people tell us that Shriver did not win 1 point on her second serve.
So we'll see if, having won that game, and it wasn't an easy win, that if she doesn't build a little confidence, start to get back in the flow of the match. Forget about the first set. I assume that's the first thing you have to do.
That's absolutely right. All Pam wants to do is get started here in the second set, and she has.
So now Steffi Graf will serve to Pam Shriver, and she hasn't had any problem at all on her own service. So we'll see what that first game did for Pam Shriver, if it can get her back in the match, because right now she is woefully out of it. That's
Score up 1, second set.
Out. 15 love.
And the new balls flying a little bit faster through the air, that blocked return.
Oh.
Well played.
And for the first time, Pam actually looked in charge of this rally. She knew precisely what she was doing and got off the pass.
So she's not rushing the net. She knows that her ground strokes are superior to Pam's, and the depth that time was perfect.
Out. 40-30.
Oh, an ace.
Game, Miss Graf.
Wide, wide, said Pam. From where I'm sitting, it was not wide.
1 game all, second set.
So that was a second ace for Steffi Graf, and 1 all.
15 love.
Oh, just missed.
30, love. Love. Forty, 15. Forty, 30.
And it took Pammy 4 game points to hold her serve in the first game of this set. 2 of the 3 this time have gone.
First service.
Well, you almost knew
Deuce.
the moment she had to play that defensive half volley from a good service return, you almost knew she was dead. Because Steffi doesn't often miss those target shots.
Advantage, Miss Shriver.
Well, now perhaps history will repeat itself. 4th game point.
Deuce.
And the trouble is, those serves are not really putting her under any pressure. She's got lots of time to make those shots. If Pam could only either make them a little faster or wider. Well played.
Advantage, Miss Shriver.
Another target.
And Steffi does love to play the volleyer, doesn't she? Pam does well to bend down to get that volley, and Steffi is running there before Pam even thought of the shot.
I think this is where Steffi Graf has improved so much. This is the shot she worked on 2 winters ago, the top spin backhand, to add to the natural slice she's always had. You have to have that shot to pass the volleyer. Oh, my goodness.
Miss Graf leads 2-1, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Billy, those are 3 superb shots, the last 3 points by Steffi Graf.
I'm glad I'm not playing now, Barry. I can enjoy watching those, but I'd sure hate to hit against them. And the difference here in the ground stroke points is that Graf has such pace off of her ground strokes, whereas Shriver, which we've talked about over the last 10 days, is a steady ground circle, but really doesn't have that pace.
And if the position of her opponent is not absolutely perfect, she's going to beat you. She's going to pass you.
It's unbelievable. And you look at the net game comparison, and look how many times Shriver's been up there. About 50%. Graf's only been up there 9 times, but she's won a much bigger percentage. Pam still has to keep going forward, Barry. It's her only chance. Keep going and hang in there.
And again, it's not so much a case that Pam's playing so terribly. It's just that Steffi Graf is hitting brilliant shots.
She is, especially, as John Barrett mentioned, how much she's improved on her backhand.
She comes over the top of their backhand now, and as he mentioned, and I'm sure you concur, you have to have that to win.
Well, I don't know. She's got a pretty good forehand.
Yes, that's true. It's not bad.
But it helps
forehand.
to have both sides.
And she can slice the backhand and come over the top of the backhand, so she is tough. There's an interested observer here, most interested observer, Martina Navratilova, looking on with Renee Richard.
And Randy Crawford for hitting.
Graf to serve.
15 love. All.
Second double fault. Just showing that she can play that slice serve quite perfectly when she wants to.
All.
Well,
40-30.
it must be so frustrating out there. She wants to find her way to the net, but there must be doubts about the wisdom of that now. So regularly has she been passed.
Use. Advantage, Miss Graf.
And if we thought that the double fault, a second, and a loose forehand earlier in the game signaled a lack of concentration, I think that's dispelled it.
Game, Miss Graf. Miss Graf leads 3-1. Second set.
Well, what a scoreline there for Pam Shriver to ponder. After just 36 minutes, really. They're playing so quickly, the girls.
Love. All.
And this is the
30,
pattern
15.
of the match that Pam's been trying to establish, getting the slice return out of Steffi Graf and then the open court.
Forty, 15. Game is Shriver. Miss Graf leads 3 games to 2, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Let us give you a couple of other scores from some doubles competition that took place today. First of all, Buffington and Jagerman. Sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? They lost today to Casal. They're still playing 2 out of 3 sets, Casal and Reggie. That's mixed doubles, 6-1, 3-6, and 6-2. Then on court number 2 was Claudia Kotakilch and Helena Sukova. Good match here between Kathy Jordan and Ann Smith, and Kotakilch and Sukova winning 2 close sets, 7-6 and 7-5. Donnie Visser playing with Roz Fairbank. This is mixed doubles once more, playing Van Rensburg and Reinach, and it was Visser and Fairbank over Van Rensburg and Reinach, and if you think that's easy to say, straight sets. Court number 2, Edwards and Reinach. Reinach, busy person out there against Bates and Dury, 6-3, 6-4, Bates and Dury, the English pair, going on to win that one. And on court number 14, Mortensen, Scheuer, Larson, playing Fleming and Nagelson, and it was Mortensen, Scheuer, Larson, running right off the scoreboard, winning 6-4 and 6-3. So that was on court number 14, and we will take you back to center court now. The match you have been watching, Steffi Graf and Pam Shriver. Shriver held, still down a break, and we'll pick up the action with John Barrett and Ann Jones.
15 love.
So it dipped in, you see, that deceptive, the top spin just dipped the ball down.
Thirty, 15. No, 40, 15.
Yes, the half opening was created, she's right. But she's not really able to come up to the net on her terms. That's her problem. Oh.
Game is Graf.
It was meant to be a drop shot, of course, but I don't think she intended to hit the net.
Graf leads 4 games to 2, second set.
Grin and bear it, Pam. The tragedy is that she hasn't really got the equipment to hurt Steffi Graf. Her serve hasn't got enough real penetration. It hasn't got the sort of weight that Martina's serve has, or Mandlikova's for that matter.
Love 15. 15 all.
Well, the first time that she hurried Steffi Graf on a return of serve at the body.
First service.
And how can you argue with this kind of form?
30.
Not quite severe enough with that volley. And just, Steffi can just pick her spot.
That's where it was meant to go. Well, I'm glad she hasn't lost her sense of humor. It would be fatal, wouldn't it? 2 more break points.
Thirty, 40. First service. First service.
Well, I wonder if she is at all jaded, mentally at least, after those 2 long matches, spanning 4 hours and 58 minutes, nearly 5 hours over the last 2 days.
Game, Miss Graf.
That was a tired shot mentally.
Miss Graf leads 5 games to 2. Second set, and by 1 set to love.
All right, I admit it. She looks tired now.
Finally, you realize that she's mentally tired as well as physically. It's like when a baseball pitcher has to pitch too many pitches. Her serve doesn't look like it has enough bite on it. John Barrett mentioned that Martina has a more severe serve, but I think Pam serves generally better than it is today.
You were talking about something that Martina Navratilova mentioned to you about how to play Steffi Graf, and something she didn't do at the French Open, and that is play to her forehand. Now, you would think, don't play to her forehand. That's her big weapon.
Well, she felt that she was so afraid of Steffi's forehand that she kept everything to her backhand. And she said, next time I ever play her, I want to make sure I'm not afraid of that forehand. So I go ahead and take my chances and go there a few times.
Is it analogous to a football player oftentimes where they say if they have a big, strong linebacker, you run right at them. You don't try to run around them?
Well, I think that Steffi can make unforced errors off that forehand. Some days she's more erratic off of it. You've got to at least challenge it to a certain extent to see how it's going.
Well, she is in complete control of this match right now, leading 5 games to 2. As you can see, she won the first set 6-love, and she now has an opportunity to serve for the match.
Well, his sister's putting on a royal performance here for the Princess of Wales. 5-2.
15 love. First service.
Yeah. I'm tempted to laugh at.
Yes, how did she get that angle on that shot? It's not possible to get an angle like that. Look, it bounced inside the service line. Incredible.
Well, perhaps she is human after all. I hasten to add, I was laughing at the sheer skill there, not laughing at Pam Shriver. Well, it's all too easy, isn't it? 49 minutes they've been on court, 2 match points. Well played.
And the Shriver defiant to the end.
40-30.
Still match point. There was the chip and charge. And if you can make a rush like that, well, it's just a glimmer of hope.
Advantage with Shriver.
Well now. The first time that Steffi Graf today has faced a break point.
Deuce.
Well, it was a very good deep serve, the sort of serve that a real pro puts in, the sort of serve that you see Van Lendl make when he's in trouble.
Advantage, Miss Graf.
So for the third time, she faces match point. That's it.
Game, set, and match, Miss Graf.
Well, a couple of years ago when these two played, there was a little love lost between them, but as you can see, great conviviality and Pam Shriver yielding to the person who on this day was a better player. As you look at Princess Diana, watching this one, not too emotionally involved in it, but watching it nonetheless. And quick order for Steffi Graf as she dispatches Pam Shriver. Let's look at the draw, and there you have your final. A lot of words were spoken over the last couple of weeks of who it might be, but when it all came down to it, it was the two people who most observers felt it would be, Martina Navratilova and Steffi Graf. Right now, Arthur Ashe is with the winner.
Steffi, we're all really surprised at how easy you made it. Did you expect to win that easily?
No, not at all. You know, she's a good serve and volley player, and you know, on grass she's really tough. And but I never expected to play that well. You know, everything I was doing went really great.
In your match against Martina, I reckon they're going to need two nets because both of you are so aggressive. One wants to get to the net faster than the other. Do you expect a slam-bang, a very offensively played final on Saturday?
Yes, you know, but I'm not going to come that much to the net. Not like her, you know. She's more in serve and volley play than me. But we both play aggressively. She more from the net, me more from the baseline. So it's going to be an interesting game for sure.
And lastly, are you really as nerveless as you appear? I mean, are you really that unconcerned?
Definitely, there's nothing I should, be nervous of. And even I've never been to the finals, I'm looking forward to it.
Good luck.
Thanks.